Damn, the post episode or
Yeah.
that episode, sixth, I think.
Yes. Correct.
Hell, I don't number.
Mm. Well, at least we know you're not lying.
All right, everybody. I feel like we have
Okay.
things to it.
Yeah. So I was. This is the payoff to me, like being like, like mugging to camera in the post session of last episode.
Mm-hmm.
This episode, I've like we paid it. I feel like we paid it pretty much all the way off in that. In
Yeah.
the like the, I felt like the flow of contradicting himself was really natural. In terms of like, it's not like I'm suddenly changing my story. There's like a sentence that is going on, and it just, you realize that you're going back the other way. At least I hope that's the effect that I created there. We got some really good moments from Sheila Janai and Danny in that whole exchange. That was great. I feel like the bit of being utterly unhinged and telling people our entire backstory is like played out now, and the only reason to do it as heavily as I did at the beginning of this episode is because Jack was out of his gourd.
Yeah.
He didn't even do his funny name gag.
Yeah. Damn.
Do you want to talk about your sword? We talked about
Yes.
that between sessions.
Yes.
Between last session and this session.
You know, I definitely had some reservations about it being taken so quickly. You know, I accepted it because I was in a bad fictional position, and also I rolled a fucking 1, so like I didn't think it was unearned. It was just like, oh well, that just kind of happened, and I had no chance to even attempt to prepare to prevent it. But it happened. Something I explicitly stated to Roma is that like, yeah, if you want to like give it back to me changed, that would be interesting, and she has done that.
I thought that the you torture a captive was like, I thought that it was unplanned that you were pushing, like, demonstrating way more instigation.
Yeah, what I was gonna say that I was trying to get across there is that you tortured a captive, and then you picked up the sword, and you felt good. You felt good about that.
I don't know if you get to say that about my character, but
it can have an in the moment feeling that is one way, and then you react to it a different way later.
No, I'm gonna say that, like, because you're holding the sword, it felt good. I changed it deliberately in direct response to what you just did.
Okay, like a it would justify anything that you did. Yeah, to you.
No, I'm not trying to justify it. I'm trying to flag what you're doing there.
Yeah, I acted. The swords react to, the swords react to impulse and emotion.
The wording about the sword is that it reflects whatever you put into it. It is a black mirror.
Yes. Now, see, yeah, I mean, that was a highly emotionally volatile moment. I imagine it would be hard to recode them again, but that's interesting to know that even now they can be recoded. I sort of assumed that because we were in a no magic zone that they were like inert the way they were.
Well, it was recoded when it was taken from you.
Okay. Okay.
Do you remember how it was described?
I mean, yeah, it's like a totally different shape now. It's a different object. Is that what you mean?
It turned back into one sword, but what aspect did it have when you weren't holding it?
It was all separation.
Yeah. Okay.
What does that does that say now? Does it say more about you or more about the guy holding it?
It's an interesting question. I mean,
I suspect that that's because that it's you, because the disconnection from the thing, the sense of loss, was the major characterizing thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good point.
And how do we all feel about separation?
Well, I've got my feelings about it, but that's the
I mean, I feel like when I do the arm, I roll +8. That's how I feel. But also that it is an impulse that should be measured and carefully exercised.
Mm-hmm.
As to not separate things that should remain together.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna talk to Shadow Man, and Shadow Man is actually gonna be Shadow Boy. And I especially think that this engine, with the particularly the flavor text, is like he's kind of coerced into it by the civilization that he lives in.
I think
that's what I feel like is the great loss of opportunity in crushing his arm, because it's going to be really, really hard to get him to come back around.
Yeah, what I'll say about Citizens is that Citizens are is the only job opportunity that dwellers have, that denizens have. If they want to like make money, the only thing that they know is that, like, well, I could try to become a citizen.
Yeah. I mean, something. You know, I feel like I'm in a very particular place for my character that I am. Or at least I have been unconvinced that, you know, these people will have any sort of capacity to listen. You know, we encountered one who was just like, I'm gonna kill you now, haha. And then we encountered a second guy who was like thinking about shit, but through thinking came to a bunch of totally wrong, bad conclusions.
I just want to flag that I asked this guy the question that was asked to me in the armor-piercing question moment, and it worked so well that he shut down.
Yeah. I think that's a moment of, like, I think in observing that is like, that will incur a softening. That's like a, oh, okay. You know, in seeing just like the completely, I don't know, not like petulant, but like, I don't know, it's hard to balance, like, internally, character-wise. Like, these people are the enemy, and they might not know better. And that is like, that's a big Janai thing. That's like, that comes from a big Janai place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the same impulse that shouts at Danny for just like, oh, but you know, I'm eating stuff because it helps me be a better fighter so I can protect everybody. It's like, yeah, but you're fucking everything up while you're doing it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing intentionally very like callous, but not necessarily jaded.
Mm-hmm.
She like has her eye on the prize, knows what she wants, and is quick to dispatch things in her way. And I think that's a big like Sheila instinct, that specific thing. You know, we've gone from liners shoot first to liners refuse to shoot first. We have done that over the course of the show where, you know, we see Samson, oh, I shoot him. Who are you? I don't care. I shoot you. To, no, we refuse to attack you unless you're going to attack us. I think I just needed some like fictional justification to warm up to the idea of wanting to convert these people, because I hadn't gotten much of it. But I think the arc of, oh, you took my fucking thing, and then I'm going to be cruel to you because of it. And then I see that, oh, actually, you are having feelings and maybe can be talked to. Okay, well, huh.
Yeah. This whole arc makes me think that, all right, we got the railgun. That's important.
Yep.
We also got we got the we got Shadow and all of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for as useful as it might be for us, if we can turn this guy around,
yeah,
I think we should leave him with his stuff.
He's a good spy on our side for sure.
You do have one way that you convert him to your side.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't think that's our side, is the thing.
No, that's Han Tayumi's side.
Right. I like during the fight, I was thinking, okay, would Han Tayumi accept this monster if we kept the railgun?
I mean, probably not. It probably doesn't have like the processing power that he needs.
It's got two heads.
Yeah, it still is a cog though. I don't know. And also, it's still like out there.
It had a light number on it.
Yeah, it did. It's like been demoted or something.
No, I think it was 2 citizens combined into 1. There was a mention of, well, 2 in 1. I know there's 1 out there like that.
Oh yeah, and they were number 1. Man, that's fucked up.
I mean, the Mega Man number 1 is Mega Man.
Right.
So Dr. Light probably has that body. And if not, then it's Emily.
Yeah.
Something I want to like get out there is we met an alpha. And spoilers for Mega Man 03.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4? Maybe 4. I forget. I played them all though. They're great. Spoilers for Mega Man 0 franchise. 0, the what I assume would wind up being the light number 000, because programming counts start at 0.
Yeah.
His final body during the Elf Wars was called Omega. Here, on the other end of history, we started with Alpha, we end with Omega. And Omega is a hell of a fight in the game. So that's probably going to be it.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say probably, but it would tie a bunch of stuff together. Although Dr. Wily is the one who makes Zero, and our Wily analog is Alvis. Just throwing it out there that, like, big threats on the horizon.
Yeah.
And one might not be the end of it. I'm thinking Dr. Light in a super robot body, who's even more robot body than the one that we just faced, than the one that we expect to face in Mega Man.
Yeah.
Here's something that I want to say about Mega Man. I have two things to say about Mega Man that tie into the text of the show. In Mega Man beats guys and takes their power. And Command X, you eat guys to take their power.
That's true.
Consider that maybe beating guys to take their power is less optimal than the alternative.
Yeah, of having a guy with his power and also you with your power.
Whenever you take a guy's power, it's worse.
Yeah.
It's worse than when they had it. That is true of all of the parts that you've gotten so far. Like, even the Quick Man legs, they cause you to overheat. When you pick something up, you don't know how to use it, but they know how to use it. So that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I wanted to say is, when an adaptation of a thing from Mega Man, which is that Wily just like makes fucking robots out of whatever because he like, I don't know, he doesn't care.
He's just like, it's having a fucking laugh.
He's just like, I don't know, it's a fucking toaster man. It's Toast Man.
I don't know.
Like, he burns you and he like shoots you back out, but like really fast. He like takes your projectile in and then he shoots it back out. Bam, done. That's one of the 8 bosses for this game.
Yeah, did I build a dragon? A dragon? Why?
Now
I don't know. I thought it would be fucking fun.
Yeah, now
because I live in a castle and castles have dragons in it.
Right, exactly. And then just like all of us workers are like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Now expand that out to Dr. Light, who does the same thing, but they're all made out of people. And that flippancy is like still there. Like they're all kind of like, some of them are just fucking slammed together. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, these aren't guys who like prove their loyalty for years and years on end. These are just like people who were tricked into thinking this is a good idea, or like were forced into it, or whatever. Yeah, like the route becoming a citizen is not a long one, because like like it's something that like denizens of the city will like talk about. Like they'll talk about becoming a citizen as like an option for like feeding their family.
I see.
Like, oh, you want to get your family more rations? Well, you can work as a citizen. And they don't really know what that means. They just know that like they don't know any citizens.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The individual.
I feel like
I was gonna say the
individual Shadow Man
story of each guy is different, but
I feel like Shadow Man is probably the perfect person to play that angle through, because if they don't remember their human lives,
they also don't remember their human lives after, like, especially if they like the longer they spend like this, they like very quickly forget even like what their name was. Like the first thing they lose is their name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else was the first thing? Hey, can you remember any other time where the first thing you forget is your name? Or the first thing you forget is a name?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I mean, I'm thinking of Spirited Away.
I'm thinking of when I fucking forgot somebody's name. Lighthouses might house the key. Ha-cha-cha-cha.
Can you say it out loud on that one for me? Like, I know that you forgot who Emily Mackey was.
I forgot who Emily was because of like the void bomb that took her memory away. That took memory of her away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I wonder if there's sort of a internal process that goes on that causes one to forget themselves, that is like a similar process happening.
Yeah.
Sites of great and terrible events.
I mean, what he does to people has got to be a terrible event.
Yeah.
Great? Perhaps.
Yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts on it.
So Hantayumi is evil and we can't give him Shadow Man.
Yeah, that's a really bad idea. That's a really bad idea.
Because Hantayumi has no capacity for connection.
Yeah.
He's pure separation.
Mm-hmm.
We could give him some body, and maybe that would work, but we can't give him this one.
Yeah, because this guy's like gonna, we should try to talk to this guy. Yeah.
Wow, if we had waited to interrogate Guts, could have just turned Guts over directly to Hantayumi at that time. Would have been a terrible idea for its size, but you know.
Oh, I mean. Yeah, no, we wouldn't have. Yeah, that's a tough fight.
You also would have had to find a new engine for him.
Yeah, I would have given him mine.
Damn. What's your engine?
+2.
Yeah.
It's the Vandergraaf Mark II. He would have had no weapons. Yeah. He would just be a guy.
Yeah, would he have not accepted that?
He'd accept it. He'd be like, yeah, leave that there. I have some uploading to do.
I've changed something.
Yeah.
My weapon is now the burnt scissors.
Blunt to burnt. Nice.
Yeah. Perhaps that can continue to evolve. What does it look like when I put it on?
We'll figure that out next time.
Okay.
We gotta lie to Hantayumi.
Yeah, which is gonna be fucking hard.
This is why I was like so cautious around like moving Shadow Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. We gotta hide him, put him up somewhere.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I think I know my angle with him next time. I won't spoil it. I don't want to spoil it.
You'll forget it.
Well, tell me later.
Just do it. Unless you write it down right now, you will forget it. All right.
Good enough.
There you go.
Wow, I didn't get hit again.
I got hit really bad.
You got hit really bad. Good thing you didn't. Good thing you weren't like, hey, we should make crits do double damage.
Yeah, like, dear Lord, I saved my own fucking life.
Because I was like, they shouldn't do double damage. They just do one time damage. That was what I was going back and forth on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that won't kill him. He has like a lot of health, but also like, that'd fuck him up really bad. I'm like, 24? He's probably only got like 30 health.
Yeah. Wow, we are so busted up.
You guys are quite busted up, but you are also like mad equipped compared to like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
You have a ton of shit.
I wonder if Dr. Light, and by extension Hantayumi, has a way of tracking Shadow Man outside of just seeing pockets of darkness.
Yeah, like spotting them on cameras.
Yeah. Because my pitch to for dealing with Hantayumi is going to be, yeah, we like he brought way more than just himself. There was the two-headed motherfucker, and we like yanked some pieces off of it. But when the tide was turning the other way, when the tide was turning against him, they both booked it, and we're pretty banged up as a result. I think if we're gonna try and find you a body, it's gonna be either we need to get the drop on him hard, or and like spin off of it that way, you know?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Anything else on the episode that we wish to reflect on? I feel like we're jumping around a lot in what happened in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about talking to Joe? Like, I feel like you're gonna have to talk to Joe about like not executing Shadow.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's gonna be a hard conversation.
Yes, it will be, but it's one that you need to figure out.
Yeah, we need good strat going in.
Like, you need to justify past, like, well, this guy's useful, we should keep him alive. You need to be able to justify to someone else why they deserve to live. Why does someone who you know has done bad stuff, like, why should they be allowed to exist?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my strat there is probably going to be turning the same question back on Joe of like, you know, people do depend on the stuff that you were going to blow up. It would have taken the cogs down a peg, but it also would have like severely impacted a lot of people.
I think that's a little weak, because like the impact on the cogs is like a lot higher than on the people, I think, because like there's not hospitals anymore. Like, you know, when the power goes out, if you were to like EMP a major city, then like everyone on life support dies.
Yeah.
But, like, there isn't life support anymore.
In which case the pivot might have been something like, if there were people there and not cogs. Like what's your threshold for acceptable losses there? There's a lot. You would probably go a lot farther than you think you would right now, or something to that effect. I don't know Joe that way. I'm making a guess.
Just to you know bring in some of the meta into it. Joe is like, I'm gonna have Joe be as righteous as possible, like. Because I think Joe in the album is like a blameless character.
Yeah,
he is like pure good aligned.
Right on. Okay.
Joe would have to fall really far to be the bad guy in a situation.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Obviously, he's gonna think like, you're keeping this thing alive. What the hell are you doing? But like, you know, you have to convince him of personhood.
Yeah, that's gonna be an uphill battle. Let's see. I think what probably should happen, just for the like, everything has basically settled in that I was gonna do a huge sacrifice thing again, and it wound up totally being unnecessary because my friends were there for me.
Yeah. Aww. I also
not unnecessary, but like, I didn't have to get shot through in order to learn the lesson.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought that was a nice thing.
Yeah,
I don't know how I'm going to spin that into a catalyst. Yeah. Do not compromise also means do not compromise your personal safety. Beyond, like, you don't need to compromise on you being alive for the sake of the future.
That's why Sheila changed her catalyst.
Read it for me again.
Her old catalyst was put the truth above your own safety.
Yeah, and now all of that has turned outwards.
Yeah.
I don't know where to take that necessarily. I'm probably gonna talk about that more like off mic, or out of the recording. How'd you feel like I did at balancing the like this vocal affect?
I think you did very good.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I think that's the best acting Command Line has had yet. Which is to say, it has had it has sometimes had acting sometimes.
Yes.
I feel like the only time that it might have been upped. Well, I'm just gonna claim the only time it was better. It was when I did it, when you met Emilius.
Yeah.
Because that part,
that was good.
Disturbed everybody, and I'm like, good. It should. It was fucking weird. Yeah. And I was like, this is probably gonna be really weird for me to ever listen back to. Just won't listen back.
All right. Early acting choices there. I think I probably need to like square up with Joe and be like, hey, listen, the last time that we talked, I said you had your head on straight, but I didn't. Be cool. And I'm going to hope that it's like some of the other times where I've just like gone completely off in that exact way with somebody where they're like, oh, he's just like, and then they don't even process it. They don't reach a conclusion. They just write it off, and then the desire for a consistent world makes them treat it as though it didn't happen.
Yeah. It's not a totally... It's... The thing that Joe did is not a totally unrealistic thing. But also, I was like,
yeah,
I'm just not going to have him deal with that. He has much more immediate concerns than whatever the fuck bullshit you're talking about. He's got some bombs and some generators.
Yeah.
And he's got to get them close together.
I do kind of want to lean into it a little bit still, but not in the way that I was doing it that time. Yeah, I've got ideas about how to manage that. Okay. Hey, you notice that we didn't get healed last time we went to the machinist? I think we got to do that this time.
Yeah. Well, I only had taken one. I had 1 damage, so I didn't need to. I didn't think about it. I'm gonna do it next time because I am at 1/3 of my health, max health.
Might need to trade them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some repairs.
I mean,
they need metal for metal.
Metal for metal. What can we even give up? Because what he wants is arms. Mainly.
Yeah, legs are less useful.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's going to be really tough.
We do have an excess of arms right now.
Sort of.
I'm in the possession of 3 arms.
What's your third arm? You got the magnet arm. Oh, right, you got the gun.
The rifle, the fist, and the scissors.
I'm trying to think if there is a reason not to swap out the X-Buster. It seems like a straight upgrade.
It is. Yeah. I would like. I don't know. We'll get to loadouts next session when Ricardo's here and all the items are on the table.
Mm. Hmm. I think the disadvantage of it might be like size or something. I don't know. Okay. Wrapping up. And I'm worried about this kid.
Yeah.
He definitely, even if he's not a kid, feels like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's condescending. All right. Solid?
Yeah.
I think so.
Solid.
I'm like writing notes for myself for next time. That's where I'm at right now.
Good, good. Well, I hope we'll see the payoff to those.
Me too.
I got a spot in my head that hurts.
Rough.
Right above the eyebrow.
Oh.
Oh no.
Is it my eye thing?
I don't think so. It doesn't hurt nearly that bad, and it's on the surface.
Okay.
Anyways, We'll see you next time, liners.
Okay.
Maybe we'll
Bye.
listen to the album next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until then, bye-bye,
Bye.
everyone.